That's a live now look in Los Angeles. We show you all of these nighttime skyline shots from around the country and around the world. We're going to stay in Southern California, specifically Riverside, for our next story. It's a bizarre story. It's a tragic story. It's a story you probably will be shocked to hear more about. This Virginia police officer catfished a teen girl, traveled all the way to California, and ended up murdering members of her family. I know it sounds almost too unbelievable to be true. We're joined right now by Fox 11 Los Angeles reporter Haley Winslow. She's outside of the home, I believe, of the family. Haley, what more do we know? Walk our viewers through this. This is the first some of them have heard of this.
Andrew, the details of this will just break your heart. I mean, it is absolutely gut-wrenching. This is the home where the fire happened and where the triple homicide happened. And friends came by earlier today to light the candles again as the sun disappeared into the night. This is still a crime scene investigation, one of 3. And next door, the lady had just taken her turkey out of the refrigerator the day after Thanksgiving, walked in the backyard for a second and saw the smoke in the back of the house and went to the front and saw flames coming out. That's when she called 911 on her next door neighbors, who she says were more like family, the most loving people, she said, you could ever meet.
This son of a that did this, he just has no clue what he took away from this world.
For more than 20 years, they were next door neighbors, and the best kind.
Every neighborhood needs a Winnick family because they just were the all-American, loving, caring, supporting family that you can ever ask for.
Early afternoon, the day after Thanksgiving, Riverside police say Sheriff's Deputy Austin Lee Edwards out of Virginia brutally murdered Mark, Sherry, and their 38-year-old daughter, Brooke Winnick, then set their Price Court home on fire.
It was a very disturbing crime scene. This guy is, or was, a monster. This guy's a pedophile. He's an online predator.
Detectives say he was after Brooke's 15-year-old daughter, home at the time. He'd met her online and drove his car across the country to meet her with ill intentions. They say he was catfishing, pretending to be somebody else. In this case, a teenage boy, when in fact he was 28.
The online deception, catfishing, other techniques happens daily. It's probably going on right now somewhere in the country, in our county. As much as being a parent isn't fun sometimes, I have been there, you've got to check their devices, put filters, have parental controls on these things.
Parked in another neighbor's driveway, they left. That woman, who described the girl as in distress, gave police his license plate. Officers tracked them down halfway to Vegas and say during the pursuit, Edwards lost control while shooting at police and their chopper. The girl managed to escape to safety, and police returned fire and killed him. Edwards had worked for 2 law enforcement departments in Virginia with no priors or marks against his name.
We don't even feel comfortable affiliating him with law enforcement because that's not what someone in law enforcement is about.
He left a community torn apart, 3 family members dead, and a young girl who will likely never be the same.
This bastard come out here and did this to them unnecessarily. There's no reason for it, none. I just can't make sense of it.
Yeah, man, this is. Whew, okay, let me start. First of all, what's going on in Virginia, yo? Because we remember we talked about the 3 black college kids that got killed. I mean,
Got killed.
they got
Yeah.
killed, and then
Yeah.
also the Walmart shooting that happened
Correct.
in Virginia. Like, what is going on, yo? First of all, what happened to that family is it's just terrible. Very, very tragic. Very, very, very tragic. That man, that police, I'm like, how? First of all, how did he get into law enforcement? I want to know, in the state of Virginia, what you have to do to be a police officer in Virginia. That's my question right there, because that mind boggles me. That mind boggles me. To the parents, and I'm talking about especially in our generation. because we're in a technology era now with your children from from all, especially your teenage years. I don't maybe to the 18, 21 to your adult. Make sure you have filters on their cell phones, laptops, tablets, whatever, because some of these people, like I said, our generation, we know about technology. So all these people that's catfishing or doing terrible things, they know what's up they know what to do in this internet world, this technology world. So it's important to be very very careful what your kids are doing or what they're talking to, and also if you're single, man or woman, and if you're online dating or you're doing something on the chat, nope. Like I said, really, really court and really look at if they got Instagram, Facebook, and make sure it's real, it's not fake, because catfish is not over. Catfish is gonna be here forever. That's why they made the show Catfish. So please, people, be very, very wary of who you talk to, who your kids talk to in this technology world, because it's a lot of terrible people out there. A lot of terrible people out there. And like I said, that family in Riverside, which is I'm technically an hour away from them, from here to Los Angeles, like an hour away. To the family, my heart's condolences go out to you guys, because this is some tragic, evil type of stuff, and terrible, terrible, terrible. That's my take.
Man, I want to mention something that has been spoken about, and I think that this really needs to be. You need to start putting these cops under psych evals. If you're going to get higher, you need to do a psych eval. A polygraph test is not enough, because you and I know they let any old person who walk off the street become cops nowadays. It's mainly physical training, and they take a test, no psych eval. The way we got to get our degree, we need to do a strenuous test on these guys becoming police officers. Secondly, we need to educate our kids on what predators are. And mind you, it is inevitable. Your kids are going to have some type of access to the internet. If it's not in school, if it's at a friend's house, not only we need to monitor, filter what they have, like you say, but educate them and educate them on what's going. We're in an age where we cannot hide things from kids anymore. We need to educate them. You go on Instagram, you'll see people fight. You'll see people do actual stuff. These kids get on Snapchats. They do this. Somehow, it's gonna get on them. Education is the best way to go about this. And I pray for that family, because I think that little girl harmlessly thought she was talking to a kid, because you and I know these kids all looking for friends. They'll be recluse. They'll head back into their phones, looking to talk to some of these people, are introverts, can't really talk to people in public, so they're getting the phones. I hope she sees this, and I tell you, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. I don't think you intentionally did this. Things happen, and we're going to pray for you and your family. This is my take.
And this is why you need to like, subscribe, and share. And make sure you hit the notification bell on the bottom when we come on live. We do come on live every Sundays. And then starting next week, we're going to start going to it. Instead of going Sundays, we're going to start doing two a days, either Wednesday or Thursday. We're going to figure it out. But people, tell me what y'all think. Like I said, tell me, put a comment down how you feel about the situation. How do we better, prepare for our kids, and people in general, how we can, stop this madness, because catfishing, it's not going to stop. But that being said, Chaos Culture Radio,
We out.
we out.
Peace.
Peace.